Hello, you lovely little Nimrods, and welcome back to another episode of Blocks with Bales. In the last episode, we built a lovely, amazing, fantastic, wonderful Dr. Moss research facility, and this thing has no problems whatsoever, except for the fact that it doesn't have an interior. Which is why we're going to be spending today filling this place up with a whole bunch of farms. So here's the plan. The Dr. Moss research facility has 1, 2, 3 floors to work with, and I think the top floor should be dedicated to bone meal production. So let's cram a giant moss farm designed by my boy TheySix up there, and once we're done with that, we'll pipe that bone meal down to the second floor into some dispenser powered farms to get us a whole ton of flowers. Now I don't want all of my farms to be bone meal powered, so we're gonna hire a couple of villagers to harvest crops for us on the first floor. And finally, I have no idea what we're gonna do with the ground floor, honestly. We can figure that out later. Back to the video. Okay, I lied. I don't actually have a plan. Editor Bales might have said we had a plan. I don't have a plan. I don't know what that guy's talking about. He's from the future. All I really know is that I want to build a bunch of farms today, and our first one is going to be right here in the end. I keep running out of shulker boxes, dude. We need a shulker farm so bad. Editor Bales. He's probably just listing a bunch of stuff that we did in the episode. He has such a cheat code, dude. I forgot I put beacons down here. That's actually kind of helpful because we already have 2 gateways open, but neither one of them has an end city anywhere near it, so we might have to respawn the dragon a couple times. I really don't feel like moving a shulker thousands of blocks. Oh, that just destroyed the hell out of my dispenser. I thought it would be fine sitting there. All right, let's get this over with. So I guess all my levels want to spawn then? All right, please give me an end city. Please give me an end city. Okay. Real smooth, Bales. Real smooth. So is that a no on the end city then? Oh my god, there's one right there. Our gateway's literally right over there. Dude, that's not far at all. I mean, it's a little far, but I can deal with it. And it even has a boat. Junk. Honestly, I'll take the gold. I'm super low on gold right now. And I will definitely take the wings. All right, now that we know where an end city is, I think it's time we start working on our first farm. And what better place to do it than right outside the gateway? Okay guys, so we got the shulker farm all finished here. We still gotta go get a shulker. Lord knows this is gonna be a nuisance. So I think first we want to set up like a little net to catch the guy right over here. Make him land on this rail right here. Okay, this should do, but now we just gotta make a 1,000,000 block long railway going that way. Well, would you look at that? There's another city right over there, but this one's way closer. All right, please just work. Please just work. Please go where you're supposed to go. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Great. No, you idiot. Oh, I hate shulkers so much. Oh, there we go. There we go, baby. Okay, now we just send him on his way with the furnace minecart. You know, I got half a mind to kill every other shulker in the city out of spite, but we might need them as backups, so I'm gonna leave them for now. But that city over there, that city's not safe. Oh, come on, how do you still get me? How far do these things go? Dude, that guy is out of here. Oh, look at him go. The bane of my existence. This farm had better work good, I swear, dude. Oh, and he's in position. And now we just flip this to turn it on, and hopefully this thing starts working soon. So now I'm just gonna hang out down here for a while and pray that it works. This is my storage system for now. It's pretty complex, as you can tell. And I'm just gonna wait until I see some shulker shells start popping up in this hopper. Nothing ever did pop up in that hopper because turns out I had to go get another shulker and send his tubby body up this roller coaster and just hope that the furnace minecart didn't follow in behind him. Oops. Like that. No, the furnace minecart went in too. Okay, I have no idea where the furnace minecart went. Hopefully. There it was. I mean, furnace minecart or not, the thing is working. I do really want to get it out of there, though. I feel like it's going to mess something up. And there it is. messing everything up. Alright, so this thing's been running for quite some time now. I took a little break and made some pancakes. So let's see how this bad boy's doing. Oh, no way! Okay, 7.5 stacks. I can deal with that. That is pretty freaking good. Oh, I'm so happy we finally have shulkers, guys. But now we should probably do something with the storage system. This long line of hoppers just isn't gonna cut it. So I'm gonna install a hybrid box loader designed by Command Leo. And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at this beauty right here. I know it looks crazy and complicated, but it's pretty simple. Basically, all the shulker shells come down this line right here, and then they try and fill up this chest first. And once this chest is full, the shells will start routing into the shulker box here. And every time we get a full shulker box, this one will break and place it into the bottom chest down here. And this thing is pretty much our new meta here. This is what I want to use for every single farm we do from now on. Maybe they won't all be this complicated, but shulker box loader of some sort. So now that we have this thing running, I'm gonna AFK just a little bit longer and try and get a whole bunch more shells. Let's just put all these back in here and let this bad boy get back to work. Well, it's been a couple hours. Why don't we go ahead and check our shulker shells? Oh, yeah, baby. We got a full double chest right here, and that's not all. We even got our very first full shulker box. And as you can tell, it's been replaced, and we got a brand new one right here getting filled up. But the thing is, these shells haven't been coming from this farm. This thing keeps breaking on me. Either the minecarts break or the snow golems die. I don't know. It just keeps breaking. It's a headache. So I built a new one. And after just a couple hours, we've gotten tons of shells, and this thing hasn't broken yet. As you can, I should probably turn it off. Just flip this switch right here, and it should turn off. I think. I don't know. But obviously, as you guys can tell, this thing has been working like a dream. So let's take our shulker of shulkers and head back to the overworld so we can get started on our next farm. Oh, okay. So I want to fill up the Dr. Moss research facility with tons of bone meal powered farms, which means we're gonna need a bone meal farm. And obviously I do have a bone meal farm back at spawn, but I want a super overpowered one right here in the facility. I really need a better way in and out of this place. Let's go gather up some materials and get to work. Alright, we finally got everything we need for the massive moss farm, which means we can finally get to work building it. Well, here it is, guys. We finally got this monster of a moss farm all finished up. I actually AFK'd this thing for a couple hours already, and look at all the bone meal. Literally all these chests are full. Every single one of them. And it's so big that I even had to punch a hole in the ceiling just to fit the whole thing. But this is the crazy part right here. Let's turn it on real quick. Look at it go. I don't even understand how it works. I think it's doing a bunch of zero tick nonsense. I don't know. I don't get it. All I know is that my frame rates are suffering when this thing is running. But let's turn it off because, like I said, there's no more room in my chests. Dude, it was on for like 3 seconds. How does it pump out 3 stacks? Oh my man, TheySix is a genius, dude. He said it pumps out like 16,000 an hour, and I believe him. But now that we have more bone meal than we can shake a stick at, we can make our way down to the second floor and start working on our next farms. And down here on the bone meal level, and down here on this level as well. Jesus. And down here on this level is where we'll have all of our bone meal powered farms. So I'm thinking all of our bone meal will pipe right through here in the ceiling, come down and around, fill up all the farms as we need them to, and spread across the floor obviously will be all the farms. And I've already gathered up all of the crops that we'll be bone mealing. I've got a whole ton of redstone supplies and a bunch of blocks to put redstone on, which means it's time to get to work. Well, this sucks. Time to move this whole thing down. And here we have the first 9 bone meal farms. Obviously they're not decorated yet, but they are functional. All you gotta do is hit the button, the light turns on, which lets you know it's working, and then the dispenser in the back starts spitting out bone meal. The collection's not perfect either, but you just turn it off, throw those back there on the dirt, and the hopper minecarts below pick up all the items through the block. They drop into the dropper, which spits it all out thanks to this little mechanism right here. And yeah, all these ones pretty much work the exact same. They're all the exact same setup. We got the sweet berries, which are a little different. You gotta hold right click. For things like ferns and tall grass, you have to manually place them, but it's not that big of a deal. It's pretty easy. And glow lichen, you have to actually shear. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. That's alright, once we decorate it, it should be no problem. But for right now, I'm more worried about these 9 farms over here, things like cocoa beans, seagrass, and sea pickles. They're gonna be just a little bit harder to compact. I'm definitely not procrastinating. We're about to do it right now. These are gonna be so annoying to set up, I don't want to do it. And by the way, these items aren't going anywhere just yet, they're just landing in the corner. We still gotta decorate the place and set up the storage before we can do anything with these. Alright, let's get started on these ones. We got the first 2 of this side done, and these ones were actually pretty easy. They're basically identical to those over there. So let's just turn them on real quick. And I don't even know, do you need shears for these? Oh no, you don't even need shears for these. You could just sit here. Beautiful. They work perfectly. So yeah, some of these are gonna be easy, but some not so much. Like sea pickles, dude. How do you even farm sea pickles? I don't even know how much bone meal they take. Okay, that actually wasn't that difficult at all. I mean, the hardest part was to figure out that I needed a coral block, and the fact that I had to change up the decoration a little bit. We have to use a pressure plate, and I had to lower the sea lantern, which I really don't love. They're all on the top block, except for this one. And it's because for some reason, this just doesn't work. This doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I know transparent blocks don't get powered, but there's a line here, like it's connected. This doesn't make any sense. So whatever, we gotta put another stone block there. The sea lantern has to be lower. It is what it is, the farm works. So all you do is just stand right here, hit left click, hit right click, hit left click, hit right click, hit left, yep, yeah, you get the point. God, that is really, really bothering me. I mean, we might change the way the sea lanterns are when we decorate the place. So I'm probably going to. That is driving me insane. But now we're moving on to seagrass. This one shouldn't be too hard, but let's just get started. And now we got the seagrass done, just as easy as I expected. So let's move on to the drip leaf. And this one should be just as easy as all the ones over there. Sure enough, super easy. Just sit here, plant your little drip leaves, hit them with the axe. Did you guys know that axe was the proper tool for drip leaves? I literally had no idea. Nobody ever told me that. Also, why can't I just hit this one? Why break both? That drives me insane. But now we can move on to the hanging roots. And this one should be a fun one. I don't know. You bone meal from top? I don't know. Seems cool. That being said, it is definitely another one that's ruining my aesthetic. Yeah, you just bone meal the rooted dirt and out comes the hanging roots. And now for the cocoa beans. This is one of the ones that are scaring me. Well, we got the cocoa bean farm done, but it's not exactly the way I wanted it. You have to plant and hit it with the axe. I really wanted to get a piston back there, but I really just don't have enough space to make it work. And the reason I didn't want to use an axe is because eventually, real soon here, I'm probably gonna break the log behind. Yeah, like that. Why is that even a thing? I'm not trying to... So what I'm doing is just holding shift and planting it on the dispenser because it break a little bit, but usually it'll be done doing that nonsense by the time I need all the cocoa beans. It is what it is. I won't need that many cocoa beans anyways. I'm fine with it. And now I can move on to the pink petals, which again are super easy. Now propagules, they might be a little bit more tricky, especially once you factor in that I built this whole line on the wrong block. And at long last, we have our propagule farm. I moved all of these over. I got our collection system installed for this side. And I even installed the hopper line, which is distributing the bone meal to every single one of these farms. We might switch this out for an ice path a little bit later, but this was definitely the easier solution for right now. It's just a little on the slow side. But slowly but surely, all the hoppers will fill up, all the dispensers will fill up, and we can run this thing as much as we want to. Which means we should probably start decorating this place. This is gonna be such a chore. We're also gonna have to install the storage system pretty soon, and I think we're gonna have to punch a pretty big hole in the wall to do that, but I think it's gonna be worth it. I got something cool in mind. I should probably do the storage first, but I kinda don't feel like it. So yeah, let's start decorating. I'm not stalling. I'm definitely not wasting time. Guys, I am not procrastinating. We are gonna decorate the rooms, but first we gotta take a quick little adventure. Guys, this is a jungle with no trees. What? This update broke my game. There's no trees in this jungle. Why are we living in a sparse jungle if there's treeless jungles right over here? It's massive too. Look at all this. What happened? There's not a single tree here. Dude, there's not even tall grass. This looks so weird. Okay, there are trees over there, so my entire... Hello? These wolves are having a field day down here. Oh my god. This is so weird though. There's not even wait, this is forest. This is supposed to be forest. I mean, this forest isn't broken. Why is this one so broken? I swear, if the rest of my world is like this, like, I don't even know what we're gonna do. Look at the line. There's just a clean line where the trees stop. I guess not over there. But right here, look at the line. What happened? Oh, we're finally here. Oh, look at the sky. This looks insane. Oh, dude, this place is so cool. It was worth the flight. It took forever to find this place, but it was definitely worth the flight. Oh, we got the new flowers. We got the new moss block. Let me just gather up a whole bunch of this stuff. And most importantly, we got the new wood. Can you bone meal this? Oh, you can. Great. Just great. I did not save space in our farms for this. Now, if you bone meal the moss, I know it spreads, but do you get more of the flowers? It doesn't look like it. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to collect a whole bunch of these. What? Look, they come with like a carpet. Wait. What? If you put them next to carpet, they get carpet. Oh, hey there, buddy. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, he sees me seeing him. Oh, he makes all kinds of creaky noises. Where do you live at? This way, huh? Oh, he sounds like branches breaking when he steps. Oh, and he lives right in this tree right here. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, they move so fast. All right. Come on, fella. Let's go to your tree. Oh, there's zombie too. Oh my god. Oh, no, I see you. I see you still. Don't move. I think it's this tree, right? How am I supposed to do this? No. Stop. Yeah, it's definitely that tree. Okay, we're just not hitting the block. But how are you supposed to do this with other mobs around? Where you at? Where you at? Yeah, stop. Where is the thing? Okay, I see it. I see it. And break. Oh, we'll be seeing you. Okay, it's time to sleep. I'm over this. Buddy, what are you doing all the way out here? Oh, dark oak sapling. You must have wandered real far. All right. I've seen enough. We got pretty much everything we came for, so let's get on out of here. Alright, so I collected up a whole ton of resources here. Arguably too many, but we have plenty now. No, I wasn't procrastinating. But with that, I think we're finally ready to start the next level of farms. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna decorate this place now. I just really don't know where to start. Well, here we have it, guys. After much longer than expected, we finally have this room all decorated, except for that part of the back wall. But don't worry, we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this a little later. I got plans for it. But yeah, as you can tell, we got all the little farms encased and enclosed in their own little segments. We got this lovely little viewing window. Oh, I love it so much. I should probably build some things over there so there's actually something to view. But right now we got a nice shot of the bay. There's a whole bunch of like vents and piping and things like that because I don't... cyberpunk, I think. And then way down here we have our vastly overcomplicated storage system. As you can tell, everything is labeled in the same order as everything over there because if they weren't in the same order, I'd be like a psychopath or something. But we're using the same hybrid shulker box loaders that we used for the shulker farm. So if we ever happen to fill up a shulker box, they'll end up in this bottom row of chests. Definitely overkill for farms like these, but I think shulker loaders are so cool I couldn't resist. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this level. I had a lot of fun working on it. It definitely didn't stress me out whatsoever. And added bonus, I actually think the machinery behind the window looks super cool from outside. And if it wasn't obvious earlier, we do have a whole bunch of item filters hooked up to the hybrid shulker loaders so that items get filtered into the shulker loaders. So with all that out of the way, we can finally start working on the bottom level, which I think we'll be using to hold villager-powered crop farms. Don't worry, the villagers are going to get a nice fair wage. They're definitely not going to be working here against their will. Just nobody tell them that I said that. So I think I'm going to do like 4 little circular farms in here. It's definitely more efficient to do squares, but circles are cool. By the way, the Endermen are driving me insane, dude. But I got a whole bunch of grass and I'm ready to get started, so... And yeah, that's probably gonna be too big, huh? Okay, there we go. I should be able to make this work. Like I said, they're obviously not as big as they could be, but I think they're gonna look way cooler like this. So let's get the collection system figured out, decorate them a little bit, and then we'll get the villagers in. Then we'll get the villagers in. That window sure was convenient. And here we have it, guys. The farms have been all planted, the storage system has been installed, and the room has been cyberpunkified, as you can tell by the random assortment of blocks that are supposed to resemble machinery. I don't know, but they look cool. This thing's supposed to be like a power supply. We got a nice little desk area over here, a bunch of neon lights going across the walkway, some shulker boxes that I forgot to clean up. Ooh. That's not good. And of course we got all of the piping and tubing that I forgot to wax. We got a whole bunch of lights hanging everywhere because without them, this room was pretty dark, just like me. Speaking of which, why don't we go get our workforce? Where did my villagers go? They're supposed to be in here making the babies, but... Oh, I see. Which means they're probably... right there. Oh, great. This is gonna be such a pain to get him back up there. Alright, turns out it actually wasn't that difficult at all. So now we just gotta wait for these guys to start pumping out some babies. Don't worry, I'll wait. Alright, this is taking forever. Let's go help him out. And here you go, fellas. Eat up. Here you go, fellas. Eat up. And look at that. We already got our first laborer. And I think I want 2 for every farm, so 8 in total. Which means this is probably gonna take a while. Alright, so now we finally have enough villagers. Took them long enough, but now we gotta find a way to get them all the way back. And to do that, I'm gonna try and send the minecarts through the nether. I'm not sure how well it's gonna work, but it seems a whole lot easier than traveling over 1,000 blocks in the overworld. So let's give it a test and see what happens. It would take the baby. I don't want the baby. Alright, let's see where he ended up. Okay, I can deal with that. Luckily, I already have a railway that was completely pointless and useless, and I don't know, I just wanted to have it. But actually, now that I think about it, I kind of have an idea that might work a little bit better. Because if we go through this portal right here, we end up right next to my starter base. And the Dr. Moss research facility is way over there. So let's grab some obsidian real quick, and then we'll just go ahead and build a portal right inside the research facility. And then back here on the nether roof, we'll set up another portal to link up to the one inside the research facility. And if my calculations are correct, it should be this block right here. Alright, let's test it out. I really hope it links up. Okay, perfect. Sweet. We'll go ahead and place some dirt for the villagers to land on. Hopefully the baby ends up right here. And you know what? I actually really don't want the baby villager because we need a full-grown villager that has an inventory for us to fill up. So let's try this again. Great. Just great. Get off my rail, you moron. Sure, just sit on your brother. I don't care. I mean, they're hogging up the whole path. Great. There we go. I think that time was an adult. Wait, actually, the babies are tiny. These actually might be full-grown villagers, and I just didn't even realize. They sure are. Okay, my bad. I did not mean to insult your stature. So now I just gotta set up a path from this portal all the way over to our brand new one. And might as well take advantage of our already existing rail. We just gotta make sure to divert it before it gets to the end. And now we just gotta hope we have enough rails to actually do this. I do not feel like going home and crafting more. Alright, had to go a little heavy on the powered rails, but it's no big deal. At least they'll get over there pretty fast. So let's send our first one on its way. Oh, look at him go. This is probably the ride of his life. I mean, up until this point, he was just living in a glass box with some water, so I guess this is a little better, because now he's gonna spend the rest of his life in a glass box with some crops. But hey, at least he'll have a purpose. Don't roll your eyes at me. Also, they would come out on this side. Not like I set up this whole thing for them. Now we are gonna need a whole ton of wheat seeds to actually fill up this guy's inventory. And luckily I got this noisy little mini farm right here in my starter house. All right, we got 8 sacks. That should do it. So let's just pass these over to this guy and hopefully he starts. Okay, take them all, please. I can't tell if he took that last stack or not. Hopefully he's full. He didn't. I have it. Whatever, just go in the farm. And there you go. Also, I'm missing a glass block there. That should not be. Okay, so hopefully this guy should start just harvesting up the wheat. Now I'm hoping that he'll pick up the seeds before the hoppers do. If not, this whole farm's gonna break when he runs out of seeds in his inventory. So you better make like a Dyson and suck these things up. Also, I don't have any ender pearls, so... Okay, that was pretty smooth. Off you go. And with that, we are finally done with the first floor. This floor genuinely took so much longer than I expected. This was supposed to be the easy one. So now that we've finished all 3 of the main floors up there, all we gotta do is install access to those upper floors and figure out something to do with this floor. There is a lot of space down here. Oh, you know what? I could probably use this floor for my tree chopping area. No, dude, that's actually perfect with all the space right here and the fact that we have bone meal right above us. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. That's kind of genius. But first, let's get some elevators going so we can actually get to the top floors. All right, so it's been a little while, but I got the whole elevator shaft built, and I even built the elevator that takes us to the first floor. And if you don't recognize it, it's the exact same design we used in our starter house. So we just hop right here, press the button, and go for a ride. And like I said, this brings us up to the first floor. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit more polishing, but we'll get there. For now, let's just focus on getting the rest of the elevators built. And there we go. Now this one should take us up to the second floor. Hello? Alright, goodbye. Now let's start working on the third floor elevator. And there we go, third floor elevator's all finished. Let's go ahead and ride this bad boy up. And it's really not much of a floor now, is it? Now I'm really not even gonna bother decorating this floor, mostly because I don't feel like it, but also because the only reason I'll ever come here is to access that lever right there. But I guess the least I can do is build a hallway to get us from the elevator over here. So let me go ahead and get that done real quick. And if I just do a quick little 360, boom, there it is. That transition was probably terrible. This room looks way different than it did before. But check it out, guys. Isn't she nice? So obviously it's nothing too fancy. It's really just a bunch of blocks. We got these nice little wither skeleton lamps, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, we got the little pipes and whatnot up here. The elevator shaft looks pretty nice, as you can tell, but really the only purpose of this room is to go up this walkway right here and then down this hatch right here. And once you make it to the bottom of the ladder, you'll get to another little room that is pretty pointless. I mean, it's got a nice little walkway, it's got these nice little railings, it's got a water feature for no reason, but really the only purpose to come in here is to flip this lever, which destroys my frame rate. Oh, but just look at all that moss, dude. I love this farm so much. And you know what? We actually have like a decent viewing window of it now. You know what? This room isn't pointless at all, except for the fact that when you turn it on, you can't see anything because my frame rate. So yeah, let's just go ahead and turn that back off. But if you keep following the walkway, you get all the way over here to this thing, which is just a bunch of pointless blocks. I mean, you could put stuff in this dropper right here and it'll compost, and that bone meal will feed all the farms down here. But with the way this farm produces, I don't think I'll ever need to do that. But if I ever had extra bone meal for whatever reason, I could throw it right here, and I could throw some random extra seeds right here if I really have nowhere to go with them. I do like this water feature though. It's so pointless that there's no need for it. I just did not know what to do with this space. But yeah, guys, with that is one more floor checked off the list. Oh, and like I said, I did go ahead and decorate all the elevators. I mean, they're all identical. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all. But if you take them all the way down to the bottom floor, you'll see that I was busy laying down the floor. Yeah, there is still a ton to do down here, so we should probably stop wasting time and start building tree farms. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, after many moons, we have finally finished. Wait. Let me go outside and do a big reveal. Yeah, you know, walk in the building, reveal the thing that you just watched me build. Oh, we finally finished the tree farm, guys. Oh, dude, I am so excited with this thing. I am so happy I'm finally done with it too. This took way too long. I definitely got burnt out somewhere along the way, but boy, have I found that passion again. So enough yapping, let me turn this thing on and show you guys how it works. So you hit the little button right here, that activates all of these dispensers right here. I like to put the saplings in my offhand, axe in my main hand, and go ahead and plant that, and plant this. And now I take my hoe, get rid of this little strip right here, and that usually does a pretty good job of replenishing the saplings in my hand. And then I just get to work chopping all the trees, make sure to replant as I go. And dude, I just love this thing. You could probably get away with just having one of these little dispensers, but when you have 3 of them in a row, you literally just can't keep up with it. There's just constantly trees. You can sit here for hours and hours and hours for as long as you have bone meal. But enough of that, let's turn that off. And you could go through with your hoe and clean up the leaves yourself. But as you can tell, we have these big old water streams down below with a line of hoppers. So any items that fall into the water streams end up over here in the storage. So when you're done using the farm, you come over here, pick up anything that you might drop, and be on your way. And then over here on this side is pretty much the same thing as over there, but this one is set up for 2x2 trees. Dude, how could you not love that? You could just farm. Dude, how could you not love that? I could just sit here and farm dark oak Dude, how could you not love this? I could just sit here and farm dark oak trees right at my base. And I kind of wish I didn't show you guys this because now I gotta sit here and clean it up. This is gonna be so convenient in the future when we need dark oak and the brand new pale oak trees. Now, I don't think we'll be able to grow spruce trees or jungle trees on this farm, but that's okay because I have another plan for those in the future. Now, this is a one wide tree farm also, but this one can go just a little bit faster. If it grows, you just sit here, hold left click and right click, and you get a whole ton of wood super fast as long as you have saplings in your hand, and if you don't mind getting stripped logs. But if you want to just do something like make a whole bunch of chests, then this farm right here is probably your best friend. And now I could have put a collection system for the saplings in this farm also, and I really did think about it, but I figured we'll get so many saplings over there that we really don't need to. And if I ever feel so inclined, I could just sit here with my hoe and clean up all the leaves myself. And with that, we are officially done with the entire Dr. Moss research facility. This entire build took so much longer than I expected, dude. It's 2 episodes and literally hundreds and hundreds of in-game days, and where is that zombie? Whatever, let's just ignore him and go check out the rest of the facility one last time. On the level above the tree farm, we have all of the villager farms, and these guys have been working away so well. You, dude, you deserve a bonus. I'm not gonna give it to him, but he definitely deserves one. Because look at all the crops these guys are putting out. I definitely used a ton of wheat to make target blocks earlier, but you can tell by the potatoes and the carrots that these guys have been putting out crazy numbers. But moving right along, we have the floor that's been getting the most use, that's for sure, the Bonemeal plant farms. Okay, admittedly, I haven't used these things at all, and I probably will barely ever use them. I'll definitely never fill up any of these shulker boxes. But there will come a time where I need a whole ton of crops, and this place will come in handy. And last, but certainly not least, the giant Bonemeal farm. Guys, if I'm the brain behind this operation, then this thing is definitely the heart. And just look at it beating away. Again, shout out to TheySix for this amazing design. I can't believe how insane this thing is. But let's go ahead and turn it off because my computer hates when this thing is running. And with that, guys, we have finally reached the end of the episode. Oh, look how good the factory is looking with the shaders. So guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy Bales. I'll catch you on the flip like a pancake. Deuces. Oh, by the way, guys, we literally passed day 1000 while recording this video. There's definitely a ton of stuff that you guys haven't seen, but will see very soon. So if you want to see a world tour, let me know in the comments down below. I definitely got burnt out with Minecraft and YouTube as a whole while recording this video a couple months ago, but I feel so invigorated to be back, and it's honestly so cathartic to have passed day 1000 right after coming back. Oh, it feels so good. I used to be so stressed out, but now I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, and you guys will never see a giant hiatus like that from me ever again. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys to death, and it feels so good to be back. Bye!